Okay, my friend, it is about damn time that you know the truth. But you have to promise. Don't freak out, because this is absolutely mind-blowing. I'm gonna give you some of the craziest scientific proof that you can create your reality, and I'm gonna share with you how I did my own scientific experiment to actually, at 21 years old, hypnotize myself to become a millionaire, a globally successful author, and more importantly, I'm gonna give you the steps so you can do it for anything you want. Making more money, you could use it for your career, for fitness, for health, for happiness, for your soulmate. This is absolutely mind-blowing. So in Dr. Joe Dispenza's New York Times bestselling book, You Are the Placebo, there's a pretty crazy story. It's in the 1800s. Scottish surgeon James Braid, he developed a concept that he called neurotism. And that's what we commonly know today as scientific hypnotism, clinical hypnotism. So he became intrigued one day when he arrived late for an appointment, only to find that his patient was calmly waiting, staring in intense fascination at the flickering of a flame of an oil lamp. And he found the patient to be in an extremely suggestible state as long as his attention stayed locked in on the flame, thereby, what he said, fatiguing parts of his brain. Now, what's interesting is in another video recently, I talked about the studies that have been done that you can turn down parts of the brain just like you can turn the volume on radio. But after many experiments, Braid learned to get his subjects to actually concentrate on a single idea while staring at an object like a flame, which put them into a similar type of hypnotic trance that he felt he could use to actually cure their disorders, including chronic rheumatoid arthritis, sensory impairment, and various complications of spinal injuries and stroke. And Braid actually wrote a book about it, and he details many of these scientific successes that he had, including the story of how he cured both a 33-year-old woman whose legs were paralyzed and a 54-year-old woman with a skin disorder and severe headaches. So the funny thing though is whenever I talk about hypnosis with people, whether it's a stranger that I meet or a friend that I just started to get close with, the placebo often comes up. And the common scientific definition of placebo is a supposedly inert substance, such as a sugar pill or an injection of sterile water, given to a patient under the guise of effective treatment. So basically, it just proves that your belief and perception influence and control every cell of your body, your nervous system, your immune system, sugar pills to cure illnesses, right? That's what the placebo's about. And it all started when a Harvard-educated American surgeon, Henry Beecher, was serving in World War II, right? So he runs out of morphine for surgeries, and all these soldiers are all very injured. And Beecher's about to operate on this badly wounded soldier. He is petrified. This soldier is going to go into fatal cardiovascular shock because he's out of painkillers and he's got to operate on this guy. So a nurse fills a syringe with saline, with salt water, and he gives the soldier a shot as if she was injecting him with morphine, and they don't tell the soldier. And the soldier immediately calms down as if he just received morphine, even though it was just a syringe of salt water. So Beecher's like, what's going on? He goes ahead, he does the whole operation, he cuts into this guy's flesh, performs a major wartime surgery. The guy does great, totally harmless, thinks he's on morphine, and then boom, that breeds this Harvard-educated doctor and surgeon, Beecher, into the world of the placebo. Okay, but it gets even crazier because a bunch of years later in 2010, there was another Harvard study. It was a medical professor named Ted Kupchak. So what he did is show that placebos even work when people know they're taking a placebo. So we're not talking about someone thinking they're getting ibuprofen or cancer medication or whatever. We're talking about telling them, look, this is just a sugar pill. So at Harvard, they took 40 patients with irritable bowel syndrome with IBS, and they gave them a placebo. So each patient received a bottle that said placebo pills on it. They told them, this is a placebo pill. This is an exact quote from the Harvard study. They told them, quote, placebo pills made of an inert substance like sugar pills have been shown in clinical studies to produce significant improvement in IBS symptoms through mind-body self-healing processes. So they do that, but then with another group of 40 people, they use it as the control group. So they get nothing. They don't get real medication and they don't get a placebo. And then after 3 weeks, they found out that the group that was taking the placebos reported twice as much symptom relief as the no treatment group. But the craziest thing is that Kupchak, that was leading this Harvard study, he found out that the data compared of that twice as much symptom relief, that was the same level as the real top shelf IBS medical prescription treatments that they were handing out. But it was just a placebo. They weren't getting any medication at all. Just hearing that the placebo could work started a process in their brain where they literally transformed their reality and created a miracle using the power of their own consciousness. Okay, if you are mind blown by that, smash the like button on this. Make sure you subscribe and bell notification for future videos. And let's get into the good stuff. How do you actually use this, and how did I use this in my own life? Okay, so here's what's crazy. I could go on and do a million more studies like that. I just want to wow you, but I could do a million of them. It's endless, right? And I'm 20 and I start studying all these incredible mind-body miracles. And I surmise that maybe that's why I wasn't successful yet. Maybe I was essentially brainwashed. I had negative programming. I was negatively hypnotized. I was negatively using the placebo so that I couldn't be successful. So like I said, I decided to do my own science project. And I decided that if this stuff actually worked, I could theoretically hypnotize myself and even use the placebo for me to believe that it was working and convince myself that I was a globally successful author and YouTuber, inspiring millions of people and making millions of dollars. All I did was a couple simple steps that are easy for you to follow. Number one, listen 1 to 2 times per day. And sometimes I didn't even have a proper time of meditation or hypnosis, right? I would just listen to it sometimes when I showered, when I got dressed, when I was stretching, when I made dinner, when I brushed my teeth. So you can get it for free right there down below, pinned to the comments in the description. The second thing I did is I practiced reimagining my reality every night before I went to sleep. And what I did is I would play the hypnosis softly. Bless my wife's heart, she listened to it like 10 million times out loud at night. And then I would look at my vision board, or I would close my eyes and imagine new memories that matched my original desire of being a globally successful author and YouTuber. Shaking hands with book agents, shaking hands with readers that stop me and they're like, this changed my life. So that's what you would do. You listen 1 to 2 times a day, but then you listen every night before you go to sleep for a couple minutes. You just hit the play button on the hypnosis. You can close your eyes, or you can tape your vision board up onto your walls so you have images that match it. While the hypnosis is playing and doing its clinically proven magical work, you actively start imagining whatever it is you want to manifest: career, money, health, fitness, love, peace, travel, adventure, cure from your depression, your soulmate, whatever it is. And you just practice imagining that as you're falling asleep. Now, the crazy thing is, eventually you're going to start dreaming about your own manifestations when you combine this. Now, the last thing that I did was 3 tasks per day to move me in alignment with my goals. I didn't think I could achieve what I wanted, so I actually procrastinated all the time. And then I moved to no longer hoping for it. I acted as if I already was a successful author and YouTuber. Every day I'd publish videos. Every day I would contact someone for an interview about my book. Every day I would go speak somewhere, even if it was open night at a coffee shop while everyone else is playing hipster music and I'm reading excerpts from my book. I did 3 things, no matter what, that were actions to move me closer to my goals. This is important because what this is doing is retraining your brain that you already know you're getting what you want and you already are that person. So you say, if I already had the money, if I already was a top real estate agent, if I already was a great YouTuber, if I already had my soulmate, if I already was healthier, what would my life look like? Who would I be? What would my day-to-day life look like? What actions would I be taking? And you start taking those now. So you move from waiting to becoming. And that's the physical action that is coupled with the hypnosis, with the MP3, that starts to train and engage your brain in all new ways where your brain thinks it's already happened. And then the last thing that I did was inner work. I found my unsupported beliefs about myself that were stopping me from getting what I want. That was my old hypnosis, right? You're already under a state of hypnosis. It's just an unconscious pattern. Mine was that I was too young. I found out what it was. I'm too young. I don't have a college degree. And I was like, oh, that's my bullshit belief system that it's keeping me under a state of hypnosis. Once you become aware of it, you become free of it. Then my books start selling. Then I get book deals. Then I get a TEDx talk. Then my YouTube starts going viral. So find whatever that is. Just the awareness of that unconscious hypnotic belief system frees you energetically from it, and that's when everything starts coming together. So my friend, now I want to challenge you. I want to invite you to do your own science study. Become your own scientific experiment. I'm not asking you to believe me. Every prestigious university, from Harvard to Yale, Stanford to Oxford, they all say the same thing. It is scientifically proven that you can use the power of hypnosis to change your brain, to reprogram your subconscious, and thus change your life. It is scientifically proven your brain and subconscious don't know the difference between real reality and an imaginary state, and hypnosis has been proven time and time again to be the most powerful way to do it. I'm not asking you to believe me, I'm asking you to do your own 30-day scientific experiment or thought experiment. So download my free success hypnosis right there down below. Follow the simple steps that I shared just a moment ago and come back and give me your success story. Pick one thing, $10,000 a month, a new job, a new house, a cabin, your soulmate, your health, you're moving out of depression and into happiness and peace of mind. Whatever it is, come back and share your success story. And I'm going to personally reach out to the biggest, awesome, best story and feature you in a future video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you watch this one again through so you fully grasp it. Follow the simple steps for 30 days. Check out my free success hypnosis. Take a deep breath in and out. And remind yourself, you are more powerful than you could ever imagine. It's just that you've been unconsciously hypnotized for your current reality, maybe for a tapping into average potential. But using the power of hypnosis again, you can actually become more powerful than you could ever imagine.